two-stroke car, baby. Guys, look at this spectacular 1975 Yamaha DT400. If you follow the channel, you know it's not our first rodeo with the DT400. We've had literally dozens of these in the last 10 years. One of my favorite classic Enduros. And this one stands out amongst most of them in the fact that that's the original factory paint on the tank. That's the original saddle. This is the original paint on the rear fender. And it had like just under 3,900 miles when we got it. It's got just turned 4,000 miles when I was out riding it around. The inside of the tank looks as nice as the outside of the tank. The original petcock and the original, the original fuel cap is intact, and the tank has not been creamed on the inside. These are the original bars. The original Yamaha mirrors are still intact, which is unheard of. And I think these are the original grips, and they look to be the original levers. Original headlight and bucket is in great shape. They did repaint the front fender some time ago. That was done before we got it. The original fork lowers are original. Those are unpolished. That's the original factory chrome. It's got a Bridgestone trail wing front tire and matching rear tire on it that have maybe 30 miles maybe 30 to 50 miles ride time on them. They've been on there for a while, but they're basically brand new. Engine on this bike, the reason I mentioned we've had a lot of these because I know how they're supposed to run. And this one is on the podium of one of the best running Enduro 400 Yamahas we've had yet. It pulls like a freight train. It's got torque down low, right off idle. It'll wheelie. It'll rev out. It does everything that you'd want it to do. Big bore air-cooled two-stroke. If you look closely at the cylinder fins, this is one of the few that we had that came in with the original rubber noise dampeners in between the cylinder fins. Those are usually like long gone, you know. Engine looks brand new on the inside and the outside. Piston's in perfect shape. The carb's been completely rebuilt. Airbox has been gone through. The new filter, new fuel lines, tank was rinsed out, a new fuel filter, new spark plug, and it was tuned, major tune-up, tuned to the 9s, running VP ethanol-free fuel. We did put a new throttle cable on it and go through the bike top to bottom, giving it that major tune-up and a major, what we call a rotisserie detailing. The kickstand was repainted. The foot pegs were repainted. The swing arm was repainted. The sides of the frame rails were repainted, but the rest of the frame paint is the original factory paint. The exhaust system was completely repainted. It's got a new sprocket and a new gold chain on it. Everything works as you'd expect it to. And like I said, it pulls hard. This is a big bore two-stroke 400, and it's low to the ground, which makes it a lot of fun to ride on the street. It corners phenomenally, and it is, of course, an off-road Enduro capable motorcycle, but this one clearly was never ridden off-road, otherwise it would have been destroyed. Show them the brake backing plate and how nice that looks. That's all polished beautifully. The brakes are still adjusted all the way to the first setting, so the pads are new. The swing arm, as you can see, has been repainted. The passenger pegs are perfect. Those are the original shocks on this bike, original foot pegs. The engine cases are perfect. The bash plate on the bottom is in mint condition. The exhaust system is in excellent original condition, and it still has the original Enduro 400 decal on this side of the bike, along with the chrome heat shield, which usually those get all messed up. I always like to show underneath the seat, and this is where you really find how the bike was stored. This is all original under here. Look at the paint on the seat. That's the nicest of anyone we've had in. Still has the original battery decals on the original paint on the rear fender. The original Yamaha toolkit is present. Brand new battery. The oil injection's been serviced and tested and tuned. It works perfect. This is another clue. This is the original factory paint. You see that what looks like white under the yellow where the seat rubbed on it and wore it off? That's the original factory primer and base coat. So just unbelievable. All the original hardware is intact on this bike, and it's as nice as you could possibly ever expect a 50-year-old motor vehicle to be, with only 4,000 original miles. And where are you going to find another one with 4,000 original miles that's been carefully given what we call a preservation service? So I hope the riding part of the video did it justice, and that I did it justice here. This is a beautiful piece. I did mention the front fender was repainted. There's a couple spots on the fender that aren't perfect. There's like a little tiny chip up here, and on the back side, it rubbed against the cable, and there's a little blem on the paint right there, nothing major. The rear fender, this is the original paint, so if you look closely, there's a little bit of patina on it. 50-year-old original paint on the bike. The chrome looks great. It runs excellent. Oh, I forgot to tell you, because you can't really see it on camera, and I didn't even notice it was in here till after I owned the bike for 3 months, but and you probably would have never noticed, or maybe you would have, but I want to point out there's a little indent on this tank right here. Any qualified paintless dent removal specialist should be able to take that out. It's in a spot where you can easily use the tools that they use to get it out. So it is there, but it's a very minute dent, and any qualified paintless dent removal guy should be able to remove that for under $100. On the other side of the tank, there's a slight, tiny, it's almost imperceptible, but I want to point it out. There's a tiny little ding on this side of the tank too. It's a little wavy right here, but again, that's the original factory paint. It would be a crime to paint over that or mess it up. You just have a qualified PDR guy who would take care of that for you. So if you have any questions about it, give us a call, 860-454-7024. I'm sure you'd be super happy with this thing. Take it on-road, take it off-road, ride it down the country roads. Plenty of power for highway speeds, or these are more fun on the back roads, these classics, but it's not like a 250 that's going to run out of breath. This thing's got plenty of power, even two up. Thanks for watching, and God bless America.